room and just watch her. And that was a weird segue for people to come in on, but whatever.
Well, Evie's always relevant, man. She's back there chewing a rawhide right now. So this is our first attempt at a fantasy recap show that Foster and I decided to do with our spare time because we have nothing better to do.
No, really.
And we're gonna go through some just dumb shit and some stud muffins, some pooped in the big boy pants, some notable waiver wire stuff. What?
Most of the shit the big boy pants are my team. So
well, we'll talk about your team. And this is a shout out to Custer because he's a fuck. He was supposed to chat with us to talk about his matchup this week against Napodi because they're both 4-0. So we thought that'd be fun for him to talk some trash to Napodi. But he has class and he has to eat dinner. It's like 5 o'clock. 5:50? He's eating dinner for the early bird special, for senior citizens. So
you gotta get that discount. Pensions only let go so far these days.
Let's get started. We're just gonna shout out some outstanding stud muffin players from each position who basically they just did well and they avoided injury and that shit. So quarterbacks. Number one is probably Matt Ryan. I had the luxury of playing against Matt Ryan this week. Ben had him on his team. Luckily, I had Julio Jones, so it saved my ass. But Matt Ryan threw for like 4 touchdowns, like 500 yards. And the guy was all over the place.
Yeah, he's pretty much the All-American,
All-American.
Everyone wants to be like.
Who else?
He's what the dads in Texas wish their sons would grow up to be like.
Interesting.
The all-star quarterback taking their team to victory. But yeah, whatever.
503 yards, total yards. 14 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns. Well, who's the other biggie? Probably Big Ben. Big Ben killed it as well. Didn't throw for as many yards, but
that was a little bit of Big Ben being good and also the Chiefs secondary not doing shit. So
he did throw for 5 touchdowns.
Yeah,
that'll do it.
I think 3 of those touchdowns were over 20 yards. Too.
Did you even finish watching that game? I think I turned it off after like the first quarter, dude. It was like
I watched it up until the Chiefs finally scored because I didn't want my team to be blanked out like the Patriots. So once that happened, then I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm done. So it was after that, and then apparently there was another touchdown. So it's safe to assume that the Steelers basically gave up at that point, or after that point. So
they gave up. Quit. Receivers? Julio Jones obviously had like 12 receptions, 300 yards. Michael Crabtree had 3 touchdowns. AJ Green on Thursday night had 173 yards.
The only person that did decently on my team
was AJ Green.
Yes,
yeah,
I got 17 points out of him. So I just kind of snuck that one by. But yeah,
John Brown, 144 yards. So probably those top 3: Julio Jones, AJ Green, and John Brown, probably the receiving leaders of the week, I would assume. Someone else can check all of our math and data if we're wrong, if you're that bored. Otherwise, get over it.
Crabtree did pretty well. I don't know if you talked about him, but
he had 3 touchdowns.
He had what? He had like 100?
Michael Crabtree?
100 yards or something?
Michael Crabtree, 173. No, that's AJ Green I was talking about. 88 yards, but he had 3 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah. So
running back.
You guys can't tell. We're just going off the cuff completely. So
okay, we're just talking shit, dude. We'll get better at it. We're just gonna try to keep it short. DeMarco Murray and Ezekiel Elliott are 2 people that stood out to me. Obviously, Le'Veon Bell came in and killed it, but no touchdowns. Melvin Gordon, I got to play against him. Ben had like a lot of people who blew up on me this week, so I withstood the.
I think Ben was taking the slow approach in throwing the first 3 games of the season kind of under the rug, and then he's bringing it in for the mid part.
For the mid part.
Yeah, I think you were lucky enough to get him when he for some reason decided to play.
Well, for him, luckily Gronk didn't do anything for me. Or he has Gronk. Gronk didn't do much. That was good for me.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. I will tell you what. Talk about people who shit their big boy pants. Matt Stafford against Chicago with Marvin Jones. I thought for sure I had that on lock, and then they scored like 12 points together. It was the dumbest thing. I was pissed. Pissed, I say.
You win some, you lose some.
Well, I won this week. So, tight ends who shit the bed. Coby Fleener, if you have him on your team. Who's your tight end? Travis Kelce. Yeah, he had that fumble. And Dennis Pitta. So here's my question. This is live right now. I mean, people will watch this already recorded, but I have Dennis Pitta on my team, Foster. Yeah. I'm looking at available players, and I see Kyle Rudolph is available as one of the tight ends. And I'm really debating grabbing him up right now just because I think he's caught a touchdown pass like every week since Mr. Bradford took over. What do you think? Well, bad move, good move, good move, bad move?
Rudolph? Yeah. He's been pretty consistent. I mean, I'd probably do it, but
I didn't. It's over. It just happened.
All right.
Bit the bullet on it.
So for those of you, this was a bit of collusion going on. Feel free to bring it up to your league manager, Tate Blanton.
There's no collusion. What collusion? We're just talking out loud, seeing what you would have done. I clicked it. It's done. He's on the team now. Okay, so let's talk about two important matchups this week. First one being Custer versus Napoti. They're both 4-0. So someone's got to lose this week.
Undefeated.
And who are you hoping loses? Who do you think will win? Let's put it more positively.
There's kind of the there's always the fuck Custer aspect of everyday life. So for that one, that's a point against Custer right there. Maybe even 2 points. But with Napoti, he does so well, and I want them. If there was a way that they could both lose, that would be the best. So I'm hoping that all of their players die in a freak meteor storm that takes out specifically their players. I think that's about how I'm wanting to go.
Pretty tragic. Okay, so let's move on to the other big matchup. The other big matchup this week is Alex Westby, who might be this league's taco because I don't think he set up a lineup last week and he had people on bye week playing, versus Ben because they're both 0-4. So someone's going to have a victory. And I'm going to put my money on Ben, mostly because I think his team's finally starting to heat up and because Westby doesn't play. He sets a lineup. So I want to play Westby soon so I can get another victory.
Though that would be hilarious if, despite Westby not setting a lineup at all, still manages to beat Ben, which I would feel awful because that's just like cosmic bullshittery going on that you really can't. No one can defend against that.
No one can defend. Does Westby have anybody at this moment? Let's go see if Westby actually has anyone on bye this week that he'll be.
Probably got a.
Please hold.
Chiefs are on bye this week.
Are limited to the speed of the internet here, which you think would be faster for what I pay. Okay, so
we get all that cable too.
Westby's whole starting lineup actually all play this week. Of course, Jonathan Stewart is still out, who's on his team. Cam Newton might not play. So he's got a couple guys there, and he sat Michael Crabtree last week. So we'll see. It might actually not be as easy as we were thinking. Let's see what else. Okay, let's run through all the other matches.
Westby sent your lineup, so I want to see a good game.
Ooh. Napoti versus Custer. Who do you think wins?
I'm going to say Custer because that looks better for me since he's beat me. So then by the transitive property, I'm better. So fuck you, Custer, but I hope you win.
Okay. Let's talk about next one is me versus Jefferson. So I think I'm going to win. I hope. Doesn't mean
I think Jefferson could pull it off.
No, I don't think so.
Of course you're going to say so. You're playing him. That's just stupid. Let's see what.
So we got Benjamin versus Westby, which we already talked about. And then you're playing Sean, the parole models. Yeah, accent. Fuck that. Anyways, okay, so you versus Sean. Obviously, you think you're gonna win. This is a
I don't know.
bias.
I don't know
little video cast.
the way my running backs and some of my wide receivers decide to post 1 point, or Spencer Ware decides to go cough up the football. There's a good chance that I could get spanked again. I'm just hoping to break 80 points.
Well, Custer dropped Michael Floyd, and Sean picked up Michael Floyd like an hour ago. So that doesn't bode
This is
well
why
for
you're
you
not being able to
because
have internet at work. I can't look at this stuff.
he needed a flex option to play in that spot. So that's not good for you. While we're on the subject of waiver wires, Foster, can you explain to us why you dropped Sterling Shepard? Because it gave Ben a great opportunity to pick up Sterling Shepard this morning. And I'm just curious why you dropped him. I mean, Odell hasn't been worth anything so far. So
I'm pretty sure it was an attempt to drop someone else, and for some reason my app decided to change that up. God, that was not what I meant to do.
Well, that was a stupid move.
I'll admit that one.
I think so. I think that was a notable pickup by Ben to drop Chris Ivory for that. Last but not least, matchup is.
I tried to drop Sammy Watkins. That was what happened, and for some reason, Sterling Shepard somehow ended up on there.
Obviously you can't read. That's what happened.
Yeah.
All right,
if it's not numbers,
Redding.
I'm an engineer, so if it's not numbers, then fuck it all.
Sam Anderson versus Tanner Redding. Who's your money on? I don't know if you've looked at their
Tanner,
teams.
because he's the wild card.
Well, my money's on Sam, so we're obviously divided right there because I think Sam's got some trickiness happening. Trickiness. You can quote that. So that was a shit show, honestly. That was we definitely bumbled and fumbled, and
looked like the Chiefs' offense out there.
Yeah, or the Jets' offense from a couple weeks ago.
Or the Patriots' offense this week.
So, anyways, everyone's allowed to have a shitty week, and this was our first, and so far we are 0 for 1. But if anybody wants to join us next time to talk trash or their matchup or anything, text Foster I. We will figure out a time for everybody to do it. Just something fun to fuck with everyone and to talk shit. So we encourage you to do that. Any parting words, Foster?
Fuck you, Sean. You're going down. Hopefully. I don't even know you, so fuck you still. So, anything new, Tate?
We're gonna try to do these on Tuesday nights to get them out, and other than that, Jefferson, he's gonna go down. I'm gonna beat him this week. I'm gonna go to 3-2, and I'm gonna start my ascension in the rankings. So that's my goal.
Pound him long, pound him hard, pound him fast.
Yeah,
and leave him bloody in the gutter.
Okay, wow. Well, with that, we leave you. And if you didn't watch all the way through this, you missed out on a lot of bad stuff. So, anyway, that's that. So, until next time, sign out. Which way do you salute? I don't salute. Respect. Peace.